I quite literally just got done with physical therapy today. I'm headed out to go pick up my daughter from daycare. What's crazy to me is like going through surgery and how the steps like accumulate over time of getting better, and the hardship of going through it and the great parts of it as well. It's been a battle, to say the least. If you're new here, my name is Frankie. My wife is Alex. My daughter's Everly, and we have a dog, Paco. Right now, I'm vlogging for 365 days for 20 minutes a day, and we're on day number 93. These videos are raw, no filters, no edits. It's literally just my thoughts of that I'm having this day, and maybe it'll be stuff of the past, stuff of the future, or just what's happening right now in the moment. And for me, having ACL surgery is a big part of my identity at the moment. And tomorrow will be 6 weeks of the process of healing. So I'm really happy with the progression I've made so far. I am doing really, really well. Just trying to keep this straight because we're driving. I'm doing really, really well. I have exceeded expectations. I'm on track for where I want to be. The crazy part is like, since I haven't really been able to exercise, today I rode the bike for the first time. Well, not the first time there, but several times I've ridden the bike, but this time I rode it where I was able to like put the pressure on it and get a sweat in. And I quite literally felt dizzy from it. I've never really had that experience where like exerting myself physically made me get like a vertigo kind of thing. And I'm sure that will go away over time. But it was wild to have that feeling because I'm not used to that. I'm used to like physically being able. And I'm normally the one who's out there outrunning everybody, outpacing everybody. So it's an odd feeling to have that like dizziness. And I just kind of was breathing through it to make myself feel good and get some oxygen into the body. And it could just be that like I'm not used to breathing properly anymore. So I went back into like my cross country days when I would run 6 miles a day and focus on my breath. And so that was one of the things that I did while I was in there. I focused on my breath and I was just breathing. You know, and that helped me get through it. One of the things that we've been doing on the channel too, maybe if I move it there, might not hinder as much. One of the things I've been doing on this channel too, as well as I've been raising money for charities. We've raised money for 2 charities so far, over $2,000 US for each charity. Thank you everybody who's been a part of that journey. We are going to have another charity come up here soon, but I've been so busy with everything that I haven't had a moment to sit down and figure out what are the 3 charities that I'm going to put up in a poll. So if there's a charity that's near and dear to you, please write it in the comment section and we will put up a poll with these charities in it. I'm going to make sure that it is on GoFundMe and they have a specific GoFundMe themselves, because when I have to do it myself and ship the money to them or send the money to them to their bank account, sometimes it's really hard to get in touch with them physically. So I'm still working on sending the Paco money over to the charity from last month. And my goal is to get that done by the end of the day today. So hold me accountable. If tomorrow's video comes out and you don't see that I've donated the money, get on me in the comment section tomorrow's video. Now, to tell you guys a little bit about myself and Alex too as well, if you're new here, if you have been here for a while, you know, for the last 7 years, we've been living life on the road for the most part, 5 of the years full time, and the last 2.5 years or so has been on and off. We've been traveling to Portugal and other countries. We've been to the UK, we've been to Spain, we've been to several islands. We're trying to get Everly to 20 different countries by the time she's 5. She's already been to 9. Now, whether or not it happens, that's still up for debate. And whether or not she remembers all these things in particular, that's also still up for a debate. But I can tell you this, I know it's shaping her for the person she's becoming, and we're really happy with the little human she's becoming. She is such a joy. She's mostly happy all the time. She's a kid, so she has all the same things that other kids have and all the hardship that all these other kids have. But she is incredible. And by getting into these different countries also gets us out there and traveling. And it's the thing that we love the most, Alex and I, is being able to travel to different places, try different food, meet different cultures, speak to different people while we're there, and kind of get a feel of a new place. And overall, what it does for us is it allows us to really have a really good understanding of what the rest of the world's like. And if you guys have been watching the World Cup at all, you'll see that a lot of social media, there's a lot of positivity that's coming out of it. Like, people from Europe who have never been to the United States are like, man, this country is wonderful. Obviously, you know, it might be indifferent for people politically, but when they get there and they meet the people, they realize, holy, like, this is why America is so great. Same with Canada, same with people that are going to Japan and Mexico and the other countries that are, you know, hosting the World Cup. I don't know if all those countries actually are or not. But what it makes you realize is that the news really sells a very horrible picture of the world compared to what is actually happening in the world for the most part. And I used to be a consumer of the news back when, before I was traveling and such. And it was evident then that news is mostly negative. And the reason why is because that's what sells. It puts people into a state of security, like to secure themselves and their own safety. And so when people go into these states in their mind, in their body, they become defensive. And every turn they take, they're looking for something that's trying to hurt them. So we go into like a survival fight or flight mode. And sometimes it's the worst place you could be. Very rarely, it's the best place you could be if you're actually in danger. But the fact of the matter is a lot of the world is in a pretty decent place at the moment due to technologies we have, due to the availability of help for one another. Like, when in the world did we have all these different GoFundMes out there, right? You used to have to go through a specific organization, or somebody individually in your community would do it. Now, literally anybody all over the world could donate to whatever charity we're doing this month. And that is quite incredible. You know, in 2 months' time, being able to donate over $2,000 with you guys, mostly you are the reason for this. I've put very little into these charities. Granted, it's more than a fair amount of people, but I get it started with $100 a donation every single month. But you all are the reasons for this becoming successful. So thank you. And if you want to be a part of this journey, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, so that way you don't miss a day. And like today, for instance, Alex and I were at home. We found out that our EU driving video became a review video for another channel, and which was awesome and wonderful to like see that somebody was inspired to make a video through our video. And the guy did a great job. He was excellent. We taught him so much about driving in another country, even though we still have a limited amount of time driving there. We still have a limited amount of information, but he learned so much from that video. Like, by the end of the video, it was like, that was a great video. He was like, I can't believe how much I learned just about like the cars specifically. Like, one of the things that I didn't even know was the thing is that in the rental cars in Europe, you could actually set a speed limit on your car. Instead of just cruise control, you have a speed limiter, like a governor, that you could add so that way you never speed. And you could change it based on the speed limit that you're driving through at the moment. I thought that was a really cool feature, but before, the rental company doesn't tell you about it. So I thought it was just because the seatbelt was going off in the back. That wasn't why. It was because there was an actual limiter on the car that was turned on when we first got in the car. So that was kind of mind-blowing to have an experience like all these different features of that vehicle. I found it to be pretty cool to have that experience. I did stall the car, I would say, a handful of times, but in the making of that video, I only stalled it once, and it was on the last clip of the video. When we were leaving the initial homestead that we did. One of the things that we do to make travel so convenient and so inexpensive for us, where we're typically paying a normally monthly what we would pay back home in Canada, we do house sitting. And so we're on a website called Trusted House Sitters. This isn't a brand deal on this channel, but it's about $120, I think, for the subscription. And basically, you can become a house sitter. You are vetted. There is a background check you have to go through. So that way, they're not just giving the house sits to criminals that are going to rob your house. And that way, it probably makes their insurance for the whole website a bit cheaper. Now, the way this works is like you're pretty much house sitting for animals, and that's pretty cool in itself. You might be on a farm, you might be just watching dogs or cats or whatever it is, maybe birds. But it's a cool experience because you get an opportunity to live in somebody's home. They go away during that time, and you typically have some type of room or accommodation. Sometimes you'll have the whole house to yourself. Sometimes you'll have a specific area of the house. And yeah, I found it to be really a unique experience and a fun experience and a pretty easy experience. If it takes up like 2 hours of your day, that would be a lot, in my opinion, for the house sits we've had so far. Now you could like look on there and see how needy the animal is or how not needy the animal is. One we're gonna go do here soon, in I think the month of July, is 2 big dogs. We have Paco, and he's been allowed to come. Paco is our dog, if you didn't know. That they have like 80 acres of land, and you just have to walk the dog 3 times. I think it was 60 minutes a day. So 3 hours total of your day. And you could be away from the house for up to 6 hours at a time to like go do your thing, to go explore the new area that you're visiting. And I think this is such a cool concept because to rent a hotel or, you know, to even drive the trailer out there, say, and have to get a campground if you can't street camp, is going to be a lot more expensive. So it makes it really affordable for people that want to travel. And this doesn't mean you only have to do it in your country. You could do it all over the world because there's a bunch of different available spaces for it. And yeah, it's been a really cool addition to our nomadic lifestyle. Oh, cool. I hit a little detour here. It's been a really cool addition to our lifestyle. We've really enjoyed this aspect of travel. And I think it's only going to get better the more we do it and the more we understand like what this house sit might entail, what they might need, what they might want. We'll get better at it, at choosing what works for us. But like this most recent one, we were the only people who applied. So it doesn't always work out for the owner of the dog or the animal, in the sense of they might not find a house sitter through this. So they might have to get a rover instead, where they're going to have to physically pay for somebody to come and sit their dogs. Yeah, it's a really cool way to travel, though, in my opinion. I just hit a roadblock, a jam, a detour, and I hope it doesn't make me very late to pick up my daughter. I don't think it will. The one thing that's absolutely clear now, though, when it comes to travel is that my knee is feeling so much better. I could handle long walks now without my knee swelling. I could handle carrying some weight now with no issue. I'm allowed to use like the therapy gun, massage gun on my leg now. So I have way less restrictions now, which is great. So when it comes to travel again, I think we're getting close to starting to like figure out what it is that we might be able to do. And maybe a month, 2 months from now, maybe it looks like where I'm going to physical therapy only maybe once every 2 weeks, once a month even. That's my hope. I do really enjoy going to the physical therapist that I go to. She's great. And I'm just looking I'm looking right now what's happening, how I feel, and what could be in the future. So I don't know if in the near future we wind up going to Asia or if we wind up traveling somewhere in Canada. I do know, like I said yesterday, that we will be down in Florida here soon because of my 20-year anniversary. That's the game plan as of right now. Something could change that. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't. But I'm also hoping that something does happen. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that are kind of up in the air at the moment on where it is exactly we're going to be going when it comes to like October, November, December, like the winter months or the fall months into winter. But the plan is still to get into the hideout, to get our stuff over there in the next 2 or 3 days. I got all the plumbing and all the stuff in the back. I have the foam board to be able to epoxy and pour the shower pan. That foam board was hella expensive. It was $138 or something like that for the sheet. And then I spent like $100 in fittings and other stuff. But that's for the plumbing. The fittings and the other stuff, the PEX tubing is more for the hideout. And then the foam is for Betty, our small trailer. So we have a 37-foot trailer and we have a 16-foot trailer. 37-foot trailer is our home base and the 16-foot trailer is our travel trailer. I'm really looking forward to getting that one done. So that way maybe we could neander down to some warmer climates in the wintertime. Get ourselves out of the cold winters of Canada. I have to be careful of my timing though, for like how long I'm out of the country, how long I'm in the country, to keep my permanent residency. Actually, not really for my permanent residency, but more for my healthcare aspect. Because the healthcare aspect is like 6 months of the year I gotta be in Canada. And sorry, just paying attention on the road. 6 months, I think. I got to do 6 months in a day to keep my health care, and then I could be out of the country the rest of the time. Granted, we typically don't come close to that. We only do about 5 months of the total year out, and then the rest in. It is getting hella windy outside right now, and it looks like there's a storm coming from this direction. So I would like to get this stuff home quickly, but unfortunately, this detour is really putting a wrench in my plans. But I've been enjoying all the comments, guys. Thank you so much for all the recognition. Thank you for telling me your stories. I've been slacking on the reading the comment a day, so I will see if I could get to one quickly, and we'll go from there while I'm at this red light here. All right. On the most recent video, the comment of the day comes from Sprocket Van. You guys are cracking me up. I love the real life discussion. At the end of the video, it's like real life for me and Kim living on the road right now, Love you too. And we look forward to our daily dose of F&A life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. Looking forward to seeing you again. And somehow we're going to link up and we're going to get that stove / fireplace from you guys so that way we can put it in the hideout down the road here. We don't need it yet, but if we do wind up doing the winter in there, we're going to definitely need it. Definitely. Appreciate you guys. It was a pleasure meeting you at Peace, Love, and Vans way back when in Florida. We hope you're enjoying your travels. It's been 20 minutes. See you tomorrow.